Hello, Sim Gamers, once again. It is quite early in the morning. Man, we're enjoying some pretty mild weather as we head off this direction on Dragon Cliffs. I can see the shadow of... where is that? Well, of the actual Dragon Cliffs behind us. Yeah, Dragon Cliffs. In fact, what I should do is swap out my navigational aids. So now that dawn is coming up, we can use our pilotage to figure out where the F we actually are on the map. So we know we were going more north than anything else. In fact, we're still going more north than anything else. So to our south is an island. Could very well be Dragon Cliffs. To our direct, pretty much direct west, more direct west than anything else worth calling, is an island. Could be Crab Beach. To our southeast is another island. That could be Serpent Isle. So I'm thinking there ought to be something northwest? Is that more west? South, oh wait, southeast. Southeast is this way. So that's Crab Beach. And west of us is Serpent Isle. Okay. So by that reckoning, we're somewhere up here. I'm expecting to see a Newport Island in front of us, but I'm not. I am seeing an island to our west. So we could be up here by Newport, possibly. I'm just not that familiar with the area, if I'm being honest. But as we're departing the area, getting into dawn here, we can go ahead and turn off our extra lanterns and go with our main one for a little bit until the sun rises. I want to head north-northwest because that's generally the direction of Happy Bay. Drink a bunch of water, refill. If we look at our big map here, from here, it's pretty much, I mean, north-northwest is going to put us, we'd actually miss Happy Bay and might not even spot it if we went due north-northwest. But north-northwest is the direction of the longitude we want to be on. Basically 3.5, right in the middle of 3 and 4. And we'll be able to determine our longitude with some precise measuring on our clock. So the math goes like this. Every 4 minutes of difference between local noon and noon on the chronometer is 1 full degree of longitude on our map. So if we're looking at 3 degrees of longitude, or 3.5 degrees of longitude, that would be 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 more. So I know that I'm on the right course when the sun, local noon, is showing noon here, but because it's to the east, it's earlier in the day on Fort Astron. Then 14 minutes before noon on this chronometer. So basically right there, 11:46 is the number that I want to be on the chronometer to be at the right longitude. And then I head due north from there, and everything else is hunky-dory. We are broad beam as all get out, so let's let out some sheet and really get underway. All right, pilotage. Where the heck are we? West to an island. South to another island. And that's all I can... Oh, and southeast to another island. West, south, southeast. So we probably ended up sailing on the eastern side of Newport. And I'm just keeping an eye on the time because today is the first chance. You know, we're not out of sight of land, but we can practice our skills using that equation to grab our longitude reading to sort of, you know, check our math in a safer location. As a reminder, every line of longitude is 4 minutes of difference between longitude 0, which is what the chronometers are all set to. Alrighty, sim gamers, the heading is looking good. Our wind flags are looking good. It is 11:30, so we're going to get set up for a sun compass observation. What I'm really wanting to do is capture exactly when that line crosses the middle, which it did just now, and grab a reading. Okay. If we called that for, yeah, if we called that 1140, multiply that by, the difference between 1140 and noon is 20 minutes. Multiply that by 5. I'm sorry, multiply that by 4. Or math is hard. 20 minutes divided by 4 gives us 5, which is more or less where we are on our longitude line. If we subtracted a minute or two, right, based on timing and stuff like that, we'd be between 4 and 5, which I think is about right because, right, still south and a little west of us is an island of Newport, which tells me, I don't know if you can see the white dot, I'm kind of somewhere right around there. So 5 on the longitude is reasonable to believe that's where we're at. North-northwest once again. Should pretty much, well, it'd be 2 up, 1, not quite, imperfectly. 2 north, 1 west would be more or less north-northwest, real close to it. So if we're able to keep this course, we ought to smack right into Happy Bay. Ooh, big waves. I really appreciate all the comments and suggestions like this one from Clavs Cummins. I hope I pronounced that right. Best place for a chronometer is on the poop deck. You can monitor your current time while fishing during the ocean sailing, so that you don't miss the time when you have to calculate your longitude with sun compass and chronometer readings. That's a good idea. I've also considered buying a small table to place on the weather deck so I can watch the chronometer while looking at the sun compass for more accurate readings. That fun little track was Cinnamon Sugar Bun by Harris Heller, the Stream Beats lo-fi playlist that I'm constantly featuring. It sounds like we're coming up on a gale. I'm not seeing any indication of storm necessarily. It very well might be that we're just getting out into open sea. The tall islands behind us, part of the Dragon Cliffs, or I should say, part of the Emerald Archipelago. That's one of the nice things, even though these islands are actually quite closely packed together compared to other places. But all the islands are, with maybe the exception of Sanctuary, are quite tall and visible from far distances. Oh, there is some rain coming in. There might be a storm nearby. Ah, Creamy Tea. This is a track that I recognize and hear often. Yeah, there might be a storm brewing over here. No particular skin off my nose. What time is it? Skinning on into evening. How's my food and water situation looking? Let us go ahead and hydrate. Double check our water supplies. Our goat cheese supplies are all looking good. We've gone through a few fish hooks. Oh, beautiful. When did they add rainbows anyway? That's just kind of a cool view. So remember that cinematic we recorded earlier? I think this one, I'm not going to replace it. I'm going to augment it with it. But I'm not going to speak too much. Nor am I going to ramble. Or wax philosophical. Or keep talking, or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just going to let you enjoy this rainbow and the moon rising over its arc in silence. I lied. I'm a lying liar who lies. Yeah, we're going to be looking at some rainy, stormy weather tonight, so... I'm going to want to keep us on course. If I can. But I'm going to really lighten up on the angle of the sail. Maybe I'll pull it one more because I need to turn a little bit to starboard here. What I'm trying to do here is keep quite a shallow angle of the sail across the wind. As the wind gets stronger, we'll still have plenty of forward momentum, and we just don't need much deflection. Right, I'm thinking that might actually even be too much. And bring up the game music, or game sound just a bit more and the music down. Because one of the points of feedback I got was sound design is a very important element of any game, and I agree. And being able to hear the sound design in a game is key, because it conveys, it conveys information, basically. The sounds that are going on in the game convey information about what's going on in the game. It is definitely going to be a stormy evening. Big waves. The non-zero part of me that wants to potentially tighten up our sails and turn so the waves aren't coming over from starboard to... basically aren't coming over from starboard. And I don't want to just ride the storm out, or without any sail. But now that I see what's been going on, I think we're okay. If anything, it looks like the storm is over there behind us. Yeah, I don't know, it's hard to tell. But my hypothesis is that the storm is more behind us than anything else. And we're probably leaving the stormy area. I hope. I guess we'll find out soon enough, huh? So we've been slowly tending to turn windward, which tells me there is not enough wind pressure on the mizzenmast. So I'm going to pull in a couple notches here to see if I can't correct for that. Now I have a couple of interesting tactical choices. I can sail this way and just deal with the storm when it arrives. It'll probably wake me up in the middle of the night. Or I can turn due west and then maybe turn north after the storm has cleared by. The only problem with that plan is that, near as I can tell, the wind's coming out of like northeast or north-northeast. Right now, the wind is coming out of north-northeast. So if I want to try to go due north from there, we're looking at a real nasty close-hauled situation. So I think the better thing to do is probably to just make sure our sail pressure is very, very light, that angle is very, very light, and ride our way through this storm as best we can. Even though it is going to dump right on top of us. With the wind moving, well, blowing this way, right? It's going to carry the storm this direction. But if we find ourselves heeling over too much or losing our course too much, it may be worthwhile to just button up and let the storm pass. And I've pulled a peg in the mizzenmast, which will change my direction slightly. Maybe. All right, we're starting to get into the quite sleepy phase of the night. So let's go ahead and turn off our front lanterns, and the amount of healing and everything I've got going on is problematic. So I'm going to go ahead and pull sails and hopefully wait until the storm blows over in the morning. We'll go ahead and let the sails weather vane. All we need to do is withdraw this last sail, get it buttoned up. There we go. And down below we go with our lantern. Catch all you sim gamers in the morning. It is early morning. The sun is just over the horizon. Beautiful. It appears the storm has largely blown by and we're just in big seas now. So, let's make sure we're pointing more or less the right direction. We have drifted a little bit, but we're essentially running before the wind. Ooh, let's get underway with that. Full speed ahead, ship. Okay, the fact that I keep turning windward tells me that I want to add some tension to this particular sheet winch. Now I'm turning leeward. Let it out. Whoa. And we are back underway with big winds, more or less in the right direction, in the direction we want to go. The storm has passed through the night. So we're going to sail this way, see about getting our daily catch and stuff like that. But we'll do that off camera. So until next time, I'm Sim Gamer, and this has been Sailwind as we sail to Happy Bay.